Good morning, everyone, and welcome. I hope you had a wonderful morning. I welcome and thank each one of you for joining us in today's event. Today, we have gathered virtually to honor our refugees, brothers and sisters around the globe, and celebrate the strength and courage of people who have been forced to flee their countries, home countries, to escape conflict or persecution. It is an occasion to build empathy and to recognize the resilience in rebuilding their lives. The theme for this year is Together We Heal, Learn, and Shine towards a wider we. So, before we start today's event, let's have a short prayer by Brother Prashant and team. So, please uh, silent for a prayer. Yes, thank you.
Praises to your name, O Most High, to declare your loving kindness in the morning and your faithfulness every night. In this beautiful morning, we have gathered here to thank God and to feel His presence, who walks with us every day and every moment of our lives. In order to feel the presence of the Lord, let us listen to our inner voice who lives in the hearts of everyone in silence.
God says to our hearts, each one is precious. We are precious who hold the ability to spread the love, peace, and harmony in our family and country. Each of our religion says, love your enemies and give peace to them. As we come together as the people of South Asia, let us reflect for a while whether we personally love our neighbors and the people who oppressed us. Though we are different in nation, language, race, and culture, we are one in spirit and believe in an external force that is our God. Some of us consider Jesus as God, some Allah, and some Buddha and other gods. Though our beliefs have differences, somehow or rather, we believe in one God who says, love your enemies and give peace to them. Therefore, let us ask the Lord to give us the grace to be rooted in love in order to reconcile with each other, so that with God's grace we can lead a peaceful life.
From Holy Bible. Now may the Lord of peace himself give you peace at all times and in every way. The Lord be with all of you.
from Holy Quran. And Allah invites to the home of peace and guides whom He wills to a straight path.
From Bhagavad Gita, the peace of God is with them whose mind and soul are in harmony, who are free from desire and wrath, who know their own soul.
Nothing is more practical than finding God, than falling in love in an absolute and final way. What you are in love with, what seizes your imagination will affect everything. Will affect everything. Nothing is more practical God than falling in love in an absolute and final way. What you are in love with, what seizes your imagination will affect everything. It will affect everything.
Uh, Thank you, Brother Prashant and team, for invoking Lord's presence in today's event. Now I request Father Franklin to give us a brief introduction and welcome our guests and friends for today's event. So over to you, Father Franklin. Father Franklin. Uh,
Can you hear me now?
yes, Father. Over to you, Father.
Okay. Yeah. So good morning to everyone. I think it's a very happy day that we are gathered, though it's not the usual way, but a virtual way. But still, it's a day to celebrate and then feel happy about a lot of things. The World Refugee Day is celebrated annually to honor the courage, strength, and determination of women, men, and children who are forced to flee their homes under threats of persecution, conflict, and violence. And so the day was decided as today from 2001 to be celebrated as the World Refugee Day. And this day for us, it brings in a lot of things. I think it is a day to tell every refugee that we are with them, that we are with her or him. And unfortunately, the number of refugees in the world today is on a constant increase. And along with this COVID, it is becoming harder for them with this additional pain of COVID-19. So it's not just a question of health risk, but it is also a question of livelihood of people. And lockdowns have brought a very standstill situation to the earnings of the refugees, leaving them with food insecurity and a lot of other health risks. So this day actually it reminding us of our greater commitment to accompany the refugees and to heal them of their physical, mental, and emotional wounds. And this is an invitation to us today. And we should remember this invitation all through our lives as we serve them. So I welcome all of you to this World Refugee Day to appreciate our refugee sisters and brothers who have been fighting for their lives with greater courage and strength. So during this celebration, so all of us are reminded of that particular aspect. So we have gathered, I think almost 70 of us are gathered here, and we have Father Stephen, the regional director. Then we have the Jesuit fathers and brothers from different locations like Bangladesh, Afghanistan, Tamil Nadu, and from Delhi here. And we have our staff members from each of those locations. And we also have some of our refugee sisters and brothers for this beautiful celebration that we have now. So a warm welcome to all of you. And today we remember all the refugee sisters and brothers around the world, not just South Asia, but we pray for all of them. And then we also, on our part, we renew our commitments to them. And it is also a day to remember all our benefactors, donors, our associates, our staff for their generosity. And I think we should express our sincere thanks to all of them. So we will remember all of them also in our prayers. And may this day bring joy and happiness to all our refugee brothers and sisters all over the world, and may God bless us all with peace and harmony. So welcome to this celebration. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Father Franklin, for the introduction and welcoming our friends, and for inspiring words. Thank you so much. And now let's listen to the message from Father Tom Smolich, our JRS International Director, and then we'll back to our program.
I'm Father Tom Smolich, the International Director of the Jesuit Refugee Service, speaking to you from Rome. On this World Refugee Day, thank you for being part of the JRS family. Staff members, volunteers, beneficiaries, donors, friends and partners in the work that we do. What you do makes a huge impact in the lives of thousands of people in South Asia. I'm very grateful, and everyone here in Rome is grateful for everything that you do. This is not an easy World Refugee Day. Clearly, the COVID-19 pandemic is not over, and many parts of your part of the world are suffering greatly right now. We are aware of increased violence in Afghanistan, especially involving some of the very people that we accompany and serve. And even the situation in Myanmar affects some of the people that we accompany in Delhi. It is not an easy time. Yet fundamentally, we are a community of hope. It's not going to get better tomorrow, but we believe that by working together and by calling on the divine in our presence, that we can move forward. That, I believe, is what is behind Pope Francis' message this year for World Refugee Day. He invites us to become an ever wider we, meaning that we really are one family, realizing that and making it real. Let's continue to do that together. Let's make sure that everyone, no matter who they are or where they come from, has the opportunity to live a full life. Let's do our best to reach out to those who would see things differently and work for peace and reconciliation. And more than anything else, let's do it together. Let's start with JRS and make us an ever wider we as well. Again, many thanks for your work, and I look forward to seeing you all in the future.
Thank you, Father, and we thank Father Tom for his wonderful message, and also, indeed, it was very inspiring. Thank you so much. And now let's have a sharing from our friends from different locations. So I request our friends from Afghanistan to have a sharing with us, and let's hear their thoughts and experiences. And may I request Mr. Murtaza Ahmadi from Afghanistan to have a sharing and share with us whatever. Ms. Murtaza, over.
Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. Good morning, and I hope that everyone is fine and healthy in this corona pandemic. So first of all, I would like to thank all honored JRS members who are helping this event and supporting all refugees around the world. So today I'm going to talk about the struggles and challenges that we had last year and this year, and about how did we heal each other by helping the people around us. So first, personally, I had a very bad perception of coronavirus, and I was thinking that if I get infected to this coronavirus, I would definitely die. So, but after asking my friends, teachers, doctors, and experts, and all. So after that, I was feeling a little bit more confident and stronger, and I was a little bit prepared for struggling and fighting with this virus. And this actually could give me a little bit confidence, and I was more strong. So I thought that this feeling of confidence could be delivered to other people, and I can help others to be more prepared and to be more confident struggling with this. So we have done a couple of things. First, that we have been working with our students. We did not leave our students alone, and we could continue our lessons online and offline. Online, we have created some WhatsApp groups, and there we shared videos, audios, documents, PPT slides, and all, and they could study it at home, and they could ask their questions on WhatsApp group. And for the people that who did not have access to internet, so we were available there on phone, and we answered their questions. And if there were any explanation needed, we answered them on phone, and it was somehow effective. And beside this, we have created some videos, audios, and documents. And those people who did not have access to the internet, we delivered them by pen drives, and they could study them at home. And also, we have worked and helped the people, and we did not leave them alone. We were with them. And for this, we JRS teachers in Khushag, we contributed some amount of money for them. And so we surveyed all the homes, met and identified the people who are really in need of help, and we have helped them financially. And it could help the people to feel that they're not alone fighting and struggling this coronavirus. And it gave them a little bit more confidence with the struggling this. And this year, that unfortunately, again, that we do not have access to internet, and most of our students, they cannot have access to internet because there's a remote area. So again, we are having WhatsApp groups for some of the students, and for the most of the students, we prepared some videos for continuing their lesson, and we're available on phone. We answered their questions, and we hope that this plan would be helpful for them to continue their lesson and struggle to fight with the struggles and challenges of coronavirus. So beside all these challenges and problems of poor internet connection and mostly having no internet connection and all the challenges, I am really happy that I was helped, and I helped the people, and I am helping the people, that we heal each other, work together, raise and shine, and move forward wider we. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Murtaza, for beautiful sharing. Thank you so much. And thanks a lot for the support and courage that you give for your students and the people. We appreciate your motivation and also your support that you give. Thanks a lot. Thank you so much. And may I request Hamida Mohammadi from Afghanistan to have a sharing, please? Hamida Mohammadi.
Okay, hello all. Hope you be fine and doing well. I'm from Afghanistan and happy Refugees Day. In our country, we love Afghanistan. Multi-regional families are usual, and in every single family, there may be 3 to 4, even 5 students who are supposed to go to school and university. So you can infer that what may happen to those who are not familiar with the crowded and noisy days. And most employees these days have to take first holidays, and also some other families are also in this struggle, and we have to fight to this struggle. And during this hard time, most of families have to take first holidays, and problems including this economy stress and disappointing will impact them. Even we do not have high-speed internet to get online courses, but with all I've mentioned, my family had helped each other to improve and to visualize our dreams. And I've done the worst I wanted so far, and also I have enough free time to spend on education, work, and fun. My mom had taught me different cooking parts, and also I'm studying variety of books, motivational books, educational ones, and seldom novels. I think the last one was O Alchemista by Paulo Coelho, a really nice book. I suggest it to you. My parents had decided to manage our time, and they have set up a timetable for my younger siblings, inclusive of and their playing time, studying time, and the time they're going to spend together. My father had bought coloring books for them, and we have noticed that my younger sibling, Zahra, with 7 years old age, is really perfect in drawing. And I have helped them to learn English. They are twins. I have helped them to learn English, and now they can read some one-syllable words. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Hamida Mohammadi, for sharing. Thanks a lot. Indeed, your contribution and your contribution in the community makes a big difference in life of many people. Thank you so much. Thanks for the sharing wonderful experience, and thank you for suggesting the book. We will try to read it. Thank you. And next, we request Hafizullah Rasa from Kabul to share with us. Over to you, Mr.
Hello, good morning, everyone. Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, you're. Yes, yes.
Okay, so once again, good morning, everyone. It's a great pleasure and honor to be with you, JRS family members around the world. And more than that, it's a greater honor to have been celebrating the great World Refugee Day. And talking about refugees specifically in Afghanistan, actually these days, this case of refugee is being discussed so much since war in Afghanistan in most of the places is at its peak, and a lot of people are moving from one place to another place, having a lot of difficulties and challenges. So the importance of refugee comes up at a very high level these days. And this is a great honor to have been working with JRS and JRS Afghanistan to have helped the refugees and to be helping the refugees in our country, be it international foreign refugees coming over here or internally IDP. So this one is a great honor to be working and to be reaching out to those people who are deprived from education, from many other basic rights. Coming to very specifics, to Bomyon, last year when COVID-19 started, it got widespread and a lot of people were infected. We were under lockdown. At that time, what we did in our center, first of all, we started raising awareness among the families, among the society, community, all the villages. We went over there to raise awareness so that we can be part of the solution. In some ways, we can help them to know about this disaster and try to keep themselves safe. And what we did, the very initial phase, we started this raising this one awareness campaign. Then we moved to starting our classes, some of our classes online, reaching out our students, those who had access to internet. So we started our classes through WhatsApp application. Then to some of the students who couldn't have access to internet, we started this one, teaching our lessons through radio. Here in Bamiyan, we have got two radio stations, and we had a contract with them to reach those many people who didn't have access to internet through radio stations. And during this time, I can say that I'm very glad to have been a great help for our students. Most of our students, actually, we couldn't reach all the students, but we could reach around 60 to 70% of our students through WhatsApp and radio. And it was a great help to them and to those families. In addition to that one, JRS Pomyon over here, we also had some other kind of contribution to the family who really need it, the family who were in need of basic commodity, like very basic needs of food. So JRS Pomyon, altogether, we tried to find out people who are for needy and who really deserve to receive some basic contribution. And this way, what we saw in their faces, it was, actually that was something very trivial, but it was like giving hope to the hopeless at that time when others were doing nothing, and we were, to our context, to our part, we are doing something so that we can be helpful to our community, to our students, and to those needy family who need it as at this difficult time. So this year also we have got some plans for our students. If this lockdown gets elongated, we'll have some plans. We have some plans actually after coming to know this one, whether it's elongated or it's going to end, then hopefully we'll implement our plans for our students and our center. Once again, thank you. I really thank all JRS family members, JRS organization, which is helping the refugees around the world, and specifically in my place. So a lot of people are catered by JRS, and it's a great pleasure to be working with JRS family. So thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Hafizullah, for reaching out to the marginalized people. Of course, with the lots of challenges that you guys have. Thank you so much and all the best. Thanks for the wonderful work that you guys are doing. Thank you. And thanks a lot for the team from Afghanistan for their sharings. And now let's have a round of sharing from our team in Bangladesh. So I request Rabaya Begum to have a sharing with us and share their experience. May I request Ms. Rabaya Begum to have a sharing, please? Yes, she's there. Over to you, Ms. Rabaya.
Thank you. Greetings from Bangladesh. This is Rabia Begum, a facilitator at the Caritas Bangladesh Jesuit Refugee Service. Jesuit Refugee Service, multipurpose child and adolescent center MCSC project. I am very happy to be a part of this wonderful event, um, World World Refugee Day 2021. Mm, My main responsibility in the project is to and mm, prepare and take session for the Rohingya children and adolescents. Um, there are about 1,867 children and adolescents. Our CVGRS MCSC project has four different objectives. The first objective, so the social, emotional, and cognitive aspects of Rohingya children are improved. The second objective, the adolescent can protect themselves from exploitation, abuse, neglect, discrimination, including from COVID-19, and become resourceful by developing their potential skills. Our third objective, Rohingya children at heightened protection risk, including COVID-19, are identified and addressed. The fourth objective, parents and communities address um, child protection issues, including COVID-19, using their increased knowledge and skills. Well-being of Rohingya, however, the sole purpose of our project is to ensure the psychosocial well-being of Rohingya children and adolescents. Further, we are trying to emphasize the aspects of peace and reconciliation in the lives of Rohingyas. Now I warmly invite you all to enjoy a lovely performance by Rohingya sisters, followed by listening of a Rohingya brother and then a Rohingya sister. Further, Jerry will share at the end. Hope you will enjoy. Hope you will enjoy. Please pray for the well-being of Rohingya community. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rabia Begum. Thanks a lot for sharing, and thank you for sharing your experience and thoughts. Thanks a lot. Now let's have a sharing by our two beautiful angels, Hasina and Osman. Yes.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ana Hasina Begum. আর বছর 10 বছর কারিতাস বাংলাদেশ JRS MCA সেন্টার লাভ টু আয়োগ্য শিশু 2 মাস আগে লকডাউন আসলে আর তো বেশি ভালো লাগে আর সেফ স্থায় পাইতাম আর ম্যাডাম লাসি পাইতাম মাতি পাইতাম আর দইরা আকাশে কি ভাজিলাম কবিতা শিখি ভাজিলাম আর ভাজা কলল মাতি ভাজলাম আর খেলা ভাজিলাম ইয়া আর তো বেশি ভালো লাগতো ইয়া বালানগর বালানালা घर के अला बोले होले या 2 मास लॉकडाउन कर गया तो लारा मैडम ला सिनाफारी माती नाफारी आर के सुशी की नाफारी आर मजा कलर माती नाफारी केसु गरे नाफारी आर बलका मानुष बेसी हस्त भार के अला बोले होले गेटिंग तो बाजार जाने फारे गाड़ी गुरा नसले आर जा फरे तार तो बेसी हस्त या तो ला आर बलका मानुष बेसी बसे तो फरगे आर बलका न बलका मादे कोरोना वायरस ताला मत तो लेना दिला बनो डाटा ना मादे लो जाए ना परीक्षा साइड करे आरा माँ बाप हरद बाइबल आरा माँ बाप हरद मजा कलर आरा मद गजी কিমত গজি বলে হলে সব সুতারা তাকে তো গর বাড়ি নিয়ে এলে মাছ পেতে হই আর ফজ্জা কলেজ যেনে মাঝে জামিলে না মাঝে না যাতে হই মাছ পেতে হই 3 ফুট দূরে দূরে তাকে তো 2021 সালে রিফিউজি ডেট আর আল্লাহ হাসি বেশি বেশি দোয়া মাগি আর রিফিউজি বেগুন বালা থাকে।
আসসালামু আলাইকুম আইদ মোহাম্মদ উসমান আই হাজগরি দে কারিটাস বাংলাদেশ MCA পিক সি সমাজে কমিউনিটি ভলান্টিয়ার হিসাবে হাজগরি গেলডে দুমাসের মাঝে লকডাউন আসিল রেড জোন আসিল তো লকডাউনের মাঝে আই বালা আসিলাম একম ফেরেশন আসিল আর তো সরিগাম বন্ধ আসিল তো বিভিন্ন জায়গাতে ওদের বিভিন্ন দিলে জিনিস সকল দিত ওদের আই ওদের ফাইতাম বেগিং ফাইতাম বাতায় বেতাম ওদের বালা আসিলাম আর সরিগাম খোলা থাকতো আই আর একটা বেশি বালা থাকতাম তো আই ওদের গেলডে দুমাসের মাঝে কমিউনিটি মানুষের দেখাশোনা করতাম ইতার আল্লাহ হতাকল হইতাম ইতার আল্লাহ হতাকল হইতো কমিউনিটি মানুষ ওদের 2 মাসের মাঝে বালা আসিল ইতারা তো একম ফেরেশন আসিল ক্যাম্প 4 মাঝে লকডাউন আসিলিয়ান দালা বলি ইতারা নেলিগুলি না পাইতো হনুমিকা বাইরে না পাইতো ইতারা ফাংশন গিয়া মাঝে MCA মাঝে আইনে পাইতো ইয়ান দালা বলি ইতারা তো একম ফেরেশন আসিল তো আই হাজ করতাম দে ইতারা যাইনি ভিজিট করতাম ইতার আল্লাহ দেখাশোনা করতাম ইতার আল্লাহ দেখাশোনা করতো হতাকল হইতো ইতারা ফোনটা তো দিয়ে হনকান মসিহত দিতে গেলে আমি মা বাপ হলো হতা হয়ে এনে হনকান সিদ্ধান্ত গড়ে দিতাম ইতারারে তো এই তারা হতাই ফুনি এনে তামাশা গড়া দিন লো যাই না হতা শোনা করতো ইতারা আল্লাহ দেখাশোনা করতো ইতারা ফোনটা তো দিয়ে হনকান অসুখ বিসুখ হয়ে দিতে গেলে কমিউনিটির মানুষে হনকান ইতারারে সিদ্ধান্ত গড়ে দিত ও দেই তারা একজনের দেখাশোনা করতো তো সেন্টার মাঝে হাইন্ডা বাঙ্গিল জ্বরের মাঝে আইন ওদের নতুন করে আবার লেবার লইনে রিপেয়ারিং করে দিই 2021 রিফিউজি ডে আর যেন দোয়া মাগি ফুরা দুনিয়া মাঝ জনিকে রিফিউজি আছে উন যেন আল্লাহর হস্তে ভালো থাকে শুকরিয়া বেগুন্দাল্লাহ রোহিঙ্গা বেগুন্দাল্লাহ শুকরিয়া।
We thank you so much, Hasina and Usman, for sharing their experience. Thank you so much. Now, I grab your attention for the beautiful performance by our children in Bangladesh, Rukia, Mustafa, Hasina, and Sarmin, for their song performance. Let's see their beautiful performance all together.
Gong 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 le lu bala, gong 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 le lu laiba, bolti bolti batasha, bolti bolti batasha, gong 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 le lu bakalaiba, la 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 le lu bala, la 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 le lu laiba, bolti bolti batasha. Bolti bolti batasha, la 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 le lu bakalaiba, ka 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 le lu bala, ka 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 le lu laiba, bolti bolti batasha, bolti bolti batasha, ka 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 le lu bakalaiba, du 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 le lu bala, du 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 le lu laiba. Bolti bolti batasha, bolti bolti batasha, du 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 le lu bakalaiba.
Thank you so much. It was beautifully done. Thank you so much for sending us this beautiful performance. Now I request Father Stephen Raj, our regional director, to have a message, share his message with us.
Good morning, everyone. Dear friends, I am happy to share my thoughts on this important World Refugee Day. It is celebrated every year on 20th of June. This year, we anticipate and celebrate the World Refugee Day today. This important day is designated to celebrate the power of resilience of refugees. As we celebrate the courage, dreams and aspirations of our refugee brothers and sisters, we remind ourselves of our conviction and commitment to accompany and serve them and advocate their cause. Refugees teach us to remain in hope against all odds and struggles in life. Having lost everything, they keep their hope alive for a new dawn. We express our solidarity with those who are affected by the COVID-19 second wave and the schoolgirls affected by the recent explosion in Afghanistan. Women and children who are the worst affected by conflicts are able to bounce back with new energy and enthusiasm. The number of refugees keeps increasing every year in the world. People are seeking asylum due to persecution and war. Such incidents present a dark side of human society and dehumanizing dimensions of civilization. Everyone is born with dignity and honor. Unfortunately, this dimension of human life is disregarded for political, ethnic, and religious considerations. This day invites us to rededicate ourselves for human values, democratic ideals, and egalitarian principles. JRS has been and continues to journey with the forcibly displaced people, including in building their livelihood, opportunities, and increasing their hope in life. Programs and projects are evolved after discussion and deliberations with the refugee brothers and sisters in order to lift them out of poverty and make them sustainable and inclusive. Together with partners and supporters of the refugee mission, I express my deep felt gratitude to all those who support us to sustain our works and future plans for refugees. Let us salute our refugee brothers and sisters for the indomitable spirit and immeasurable courage in life. So many friends and well-wishers have been part of our JRS mission journey, supporting, guiding, and helping us to reach out to those forcefully displaced, especially at this critical period of COVID crisis. We acknowledge and appreciate their steadfast support to JRS mission in South Asia. Their generous support has enabled us and challenged us to journey together to heal the wounds of our people caused by war and conflicts. We learned from the COVID pandemic situation to be ever willing to reach out to our vulnerable people to keep their dreams alive, shine forth, and become a beacon of hope amidst struggles and sufferings towards as wider and inclusive, to live with dignity, fraternity as brothers and sisters of one large family, the Vasudeva Kutumbakam. Best wishes to all of you from JRS Regional Office, New Delhi. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Father, for sharing. Thanks a lot for inspiring words. Indeed, your presence and support gave us a lot of strength and motivation to serve our brothers and sisters around the globe and also serve, accompany, and advocate for the right of refugees. Thank you so much, Father. Now, may I request Father Jerry Gomez to have a sharing with us. Over to you, Father Jerry.
Yes, Nazik, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Greetings from Bangladesh. I am Jerry Gomez, SJ, JRS Bangladesh Project Director. In this pandemic scenario, Rohingyas in Bangladesh, Rohingya refugee camps help one another. This appears to be the major issue that I want to share with you today. On this day, I extend my heartfelt wishes to all the world's refugees, particularly those assisted by JRS programs, the stakeholders who are at their service, particularly from JRS and our partner in Bangladesh, Caritas Bangladesh. So far, almost 3,200 children aged 4 to 18 have been served over the course of 4 years, with staff working in as many as 6 and sometimes as many as 11 centers. We have been operating in 6 centers since May of this year, helping over 1,900 children and adolescents aged 4 to 18. I wholeheartedly thank both our Rohingya volunteers and host community staff for their service to the Rohingya brothers and sisters and for their accompaniment. Our service also benefits the people who live in the project zone. It is not accurate to state that they just receive. They actually assist us in filling our hearts with love. During his recent visit to Bangladesh, our present Pope made us realize that the presence of God today is called Rohingya. All of our services and project goals are aimed at improving the lives of Rohingyas, particularly Rohingya children and adolescents. In May 2020, the first COVID-19 case was recorded in a Rohingya camp, over 2 months after Bangladesh reported its first cases in March. So far, 1,544 COVID-19 cases have been documented among Rohingyas residing in 34 camps in Cox's Bazar region, with 20 fatalities till yesterday. The admission of visitors into the region has been strictly regulated by Bangladeshi officials. The limits served to limit the number of illness and deaths to a minimum. We are hopeful the vaccination will be accessible as soon as possible as promised. Vaccination available to the Rohingya brothers and sisters. This time, in this event, we incorporated an
Mm. I think Father has lost some connection.
மீட்டிங் போறேன்னு சொல்லிட்டு
Hello, Father Jerry. Hello. I think Father has lost his connection. Yes, he's back. Yes, Father. Can you unmute yourself, please? Father Jerry?
Yes.
Okay.
Can you hear me? Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I don't know. I was not aware of disconnection. Okay. During this event, we incorporated an action song sung by Rukia, Mustafa, Hasina, and Sharmin of one center called Love, as well as 2 Rohingyas testimonies of Hasina and Osman, Our children's action song is more than just a song. It has a lot to do with their well-being. Children happily awaken, activate their senses by following the directions as suggested by the action song, asking them to shake a head, hand, hips, and move knees and dance. Uh, the senses of the children have been impaired by traumas and painful memories they have encountered in Myanmar or in camps. As a result, the music has a significant impact on their well-being. Thank you, Rabia, for the introduction. I would want to express my gratitude to everyone who helped us create this short documentary. It is good to know that the staff from the host community in Bangladesh can work from dawn to evening in camps around 4 p.m. When they leave Rohingyas, uh, when they leave the camps, Rohingyas are among themselves inside the camps. Furthermore, Rohingyas are not permitted to utilize the telecommunication system. Regardless of the constraints, we were adamant that we would include them in our program today. And we did everything we could in this regard. When the host community's personnel are unavailable, the Rohingya volunteers act as guardians for our participants. Father, whether we are paid or not, we shall serve our people, one of them said. COVID-19 positive cases have increased in the camps during the previous 2 months. We discovered during our field trips that despite the constraints that the host community personnel face in working within the camps because of the pandemic, Rohingyas in Bangladesh refugee camps are at the service of Rohingyas. Their testimonies contain both happy and sad experiences. Let us join hands and do whatever we can to alleviate their pains and sufferings. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Father Jerry and team, for sharing. Thanks a lot. Indeed, your contribution makes a lot of difference. And thanks for reaching out our brothers and sisters in Bangladesh. Thank you so much. Now, let's have a round of sharing from our team in Tamil Nadu. So may I request Ms. J. Reshma to have a sharing with us. J. Reshma, over to you, please.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I'm Mary Reshma, a Sri Lankan refugee from Covid Zone, Tamil Nadu. I'm very glad to share the experience of the struggles faced by our camp people in this pandemic. As we all know, every year June 20 is recognized as World Refugee Day in order to celebrate the strength and courage of people who have been forced to flee their home country to escape conflict. As we observe, this year's theme is Together We Heal, Learn, Shine, and Towards a Wider We. As we all know, in our camps, people are living in a consecutive conjugated house. Like it is a series of house consists of one room per family, and 4 to 5 members are living in the same room. Actually, COVID norms are telling us to quarantine ourselves from others and keep social distancing and so on. Just think of the situation in our camps. How these things are possible for us? It leads to a conflict. So if there is a conflict means, then we have to find a solution. As refugees, we have been gifted only to find solution for our struggles, but never be able to solve the struggles to the maximum. But in this case, we people decided to change the entire situation in our camps. Instead of spreading the disease, we decided to do something else. We spread joy, we spread happiness, we brought hope, and thus created a positive vibes to the COVID patients of our camp. And we motivated them by taking care of their family members. The next greatest struggle, especially to the younger generation, was the continuation of studies during this pandemic. Actually, the whole world is facing the economical problems, and these crises don't distinguish refugees and natives. So the children in our camp are going to work in order to take care of their family members, and also most of the parents don't have smartphones. So it was impossible for them to educate their children through online mode of education. So in order to help them with the idea of eradicating illiteracy, we, the college-going students, came forward to help them. We gave our mobile phones to them for a certain time and took care of their studies. And we ensured that no student will get dropped out at the end of the pandemic. Always we know prevention is better than cure. The contribution of JRS in this pandemic is so appreciable. They provided masks to the entire people in all camp, and they gave soaps and towels to sanitize them and to prevent the disease. And also they gave a relief package to the elderly people and to the COVID patients. They ensured that the people in our camps are being safe and sanitized. And also they have been accompanying us by giving a rays of hope in our lives. We nearly 59,000 Tamils are living as refugees in Tamil Nadu, and the service of JRS is highly commendable. Actually, most of the people in our camp are self-dependent. So we people itself gather together and clean the important places where the crowd actually gathers, and we sanitize our camps weekly once, and we provide immunity drink with our source itself. We don't expect the government to do such helps. We itself do our own needs. Whatever the situation is, if we stand together and fight against the situation means definitely we will be shining in future. And thank you for giving this opportunity.
Thank you so much, Reshma. Thanks for the sharing and for your experience. We see a lot of courage and motivation and inspiration on you. Thanks a lot for the contribution and all the best. And may I request Miss Beatrice to have a sharing. Yes, Miss Beatrice, over to you, please.
Hello, everyone. I'm Beatrice Britta from Gobalasampuram Refugee Camp, Tamil Nadu. Yes, I'm a refugee girl, and my family is one among those desperate families who fled for their life from their homeland, caught up in ethnic conflict. It is indeed a moment of sentiment to share my journey this far and my experiences that I have embraced during my journey as a refugee, especially in the midst of this pandemic situation. Today, it gives a strong hope to all of us to celebrate the World Refugee Day when the entire fabric of human life has been confronted and challenged with the raw sense of uncertainty and vulnerability by this COVID-19 pandemic. The pandemic has had a highly negative impact on the living and working conditions of people all over the world. And we refugees, we have been hit with a double crisis. Living in cramped spaces with inadequate facilities, each of us have experienced greater level of depression, fear, anxiety, insecurity, and loneliness. This pandemic has been particularly bleak for each of us. The enormity of migrant crisis has been well exposed by the pandemic. The story of every refugee is different and their anguish is very personal. We all share a common thread of uncommon courage, not only to survive, but also to persevere and rebuild our shattered lives. So every experience has taught us to move forward. There have been hardest times, disappointments, setbacks, challenges, and all these situations have made us stronger. I sincerely believe that life is not about hoping, wishing, and expecting. Rather, life is about doing, being, and becoming. So, having imbibed the spirit of JRS, all of us have extended helping hands to reduce the suffering of one another in the camps, and consequently, we have gained a sense of reality that each of us can be a ripple of hope in the life of others in some small ways possible. So we are and we will get through the hardest time. We're seeing every challenge as an opportunity to serve each other or serve others better. So today, together we heal, we learn, and shine towards a wider way. Thank you.
Thank you, Beatrice. Thank you for those beautiful words. And thanks a lot. Your words touched our heart. And then let's wish for a world like that we call each other human being in a state of refugees. And thank you. Of course, your contributions means a lot. And thanks a lot. Now let's have something excited. and everyone will be excited to see that. We see a dance that has prepared by our students from complementary education, our in Tamil Nadu team. So let's see their dance that they performed and enjoy, everyone.
கிளிகள் தோளோடு பாட்டுக்குயிலோ மடியோடு பூலோகம் ஆனந்தத்தின் எல்லை. இந்த பூமிக்கு கண்ணீர் சொந்தம் இல்லை. பச்சை கிளிகள் தோளோடு பாட்டுக்குயிலோ மடியோடு பூலோகம் ஆனந்தத்தின் எல்லை. இந்த பூமிக்கு கண்ணீர் சொந்தம் இல்லை. சின்னஞ்சிறு கூட்டுக்குள்ள சொர்க்கம் இருக்கு. அட சின்ன சின்ன அன்பில் தானே ஜீவன் இன்னும் இருக்கு. பட்டாம்பூச்சி கூட்டத்துக்கு பட்டா எதுக்கு? அடவாசம் மட்டும் போதும் கண்ணே, காசு பணம் என்னத்துக்கு? பச்சை கிளிகள் தோளோடு பட்டுக்குயிலோ மடியோடு பூலோகம் ஆனந்தத்தின் இல்லை. இந்த பூமிக்கு கண்ணீர் சொந்தம் இல்லை.
விடை கொடு எங்கள் நாடே, கடல் வாசல் தெளிக்கும் வீடே, பனமரக்காடே பறவைகள் கூடே, மறுமுறை ஒரு முறை பார்ப்போமா? புதட்டில் புன்னகை புதைத்தோம், உயிரை உடம்புக்குள் புதைத்தோம், வெறும் கூடுகள் மட்டும் ஊர்வலம் போகின்றோம்.
விடை கொடு எங்கள் நாடே, கடல் வாசல் தெளிக்கும் வீடே, பனை மரக்காடே பறவைகள் கூடே, மறுமுறை ஒரு முறை பார்ப்போமா?
புதட்டில் புன்னகை புதைத்தோம், உயிரை உடம்புக்குள் புதைத்தோம், வெறும் கூடுகள் மட்டும் ஊர்வலம் போகின்றோம்.
Thank you so much, our team from Tamil Nadu. It was beautifully presented. Thanks a lot. Thank you. And let's have a watch a video that has been prepared by JRS Aro, and we'll be back. Thank you so much, our team in JRS Aro, for preparing this wonderful video. Yes, together we heal, learn, and shine. One of our friends from Afghanistan requested to have a sharing with us. So may I call Faiza Ahmadi from Afghanistan to share with us? Faiza Ahmadi is there. Yes. Faiza.
At first, hello to everybody. I'm so happy to come here and I want to share my idea and happy Refugee Days. I want to talk about the main struggle that we had in our family, and it is somehow in all families. It is mental pressure struggle because in COVID-19, one of the main COVID-19 struggle is mental pressure on our family member who are always at home and don't leave home these days, because these days are in Afghanistan is quarantine and all member of family at home, something that affects us mental pressure, because we are aimed at by tragic news and statistics of fatality of this virus. And however, we or people are inclined to real and accurate news from the government, but now the need is that the government should constrain disappointed news and get the idea for human to we can heal, we can overcome with this problem. And it is our responsibility to help our family and friends to help to release from stress and get overcome with this stress. Let me share one of my experience. My aunt she was the victim of this mental pressure. At first, when the first wave of COVID-19 came, she was disappointed. She was somehow afraid because because she was aimed at this tragic news from Facebook and other social medias. My family helped her like that we abandoned this tragic news, or somehow news is that we're concentrating on negative part of COVID-19. And she went to a village somehow to get release of stress. I mean that we should consider this part, that our mind, our mental, our spirit is going to be somehow affected by the COVID-19 these days, and we should overcome with idea. Thank you so much thank you so much that you let me share my idea.
Thank you so much, Faisal. Thanks a lot for sharing, and thank you for the words that you have shared with us. So now, may I request our team from UR to have sharing with us. So I request Ms. Shagol Yasin to share with us. Yes, Ms. Yasin, over to you, please.
Together we heal, learn, and shine towards a wider we. Today we are here to celebrate the World Refugee Day, the day of those who are forced to flee their home country due to persecution, war, and conflict. Actually, the world life turns into a struggle for refugees from the very first day that they leave all their belongings behind, their loved ones, their sweet home with all their unforgettable memories. They have to adapt to a new place and language with uncertain circumstances and uncertain futures. Reestablishing a home and identity while trying to juggle the task of daily living is yet another significant challenge that the refugees must undertake. In addition to all those difficulties, outbreak of COVID-19 became another challenge for them. Scrambling for essential supplies, struggle for getting access to the public health care, taking care of the children and adults, fear and stress of losing their loved ones significantly has influenced their emotional well-being and provided a risk similar to or greater than war-related trauma. Despite all the challenges and difficulties refugees are going through, they are lucky for having support and accompaniment of good people and humanitarian organizations around them. And JRS is one of those organizations who always seeks to accompany, serve, and advocate their vulnerable migrants and refugees throughout their difficult journey. Refugees do not have a measurement to measure the stressful moments they have experienced, the poor mental health and tension they have suffered, and specifically those tough days that their family members were ill and they didn't have someone to help them. But refugees have a good measurement to measure and define the support and accompaniment of those who help and accompany them in those difficult days. JRS is fortunate in having the ability and resources to heal and resolve some of the challenges the vulnerable refugee communities faces on daily basis. And I'm also glad for being one of those who could contribute to at least some of the refugee families in Delhi to ease their pain and difficulties and their bad days. We could help to prevent women from being exploited during the lockdown. And our team, the Skilling Circle, help support women to live in dignity and build their resilience by encouraging them to build on their skills through tailoring and embroidery and help them earn an income. Their contribution to their families' well-being help their contribution to their families' well-being help them become less vulnerable and for them to stay mentally strong. And lastly, I would like to take this chance to thank the JRS community for their efforts and accompaniment on behalf of all the JRS beneficiaries. So thank you so much, and thank you for giving me this chance to share my view and thoughts.
Thank you so much, Ms. Shagul. Thanks a lot. We feel the challenges that our refugee brothers and sisters face, And we appreciate JRS and JRS family and the member of JRS for accompanying our brothers and sisters in this journey. Thank you so much. And yes, together we heal, learn, and shine. Thanks a lot for sharing. And now I request Ms. Rimi to share with us her experience. Over to you, Ms. Rimi, from your project. Yes.
Hello. Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, yes. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, good afternoon. So my name is Narim Bhati, and currently I'm working with JRS as an English teacher and field coordinator for the teen refugees. I would like to share some of our experiences during the second wave of COVID struggle. As we all are aware of that, in the past 2 months, India faced a tragic incident. The pandemic was out of control, number of confirmed cases was rising, and people were dying everywhere. The teen refugees in Delhi too witnessed a terrifying moment that they would never thought of. Since the government has announced lockdown, many people lost their jobs. There were nearly 200 people who were infected by the COVID. They were under home quarantine without proper facilities. Some are in critical condition, and they were brought to hospital. They were brought to government hospitals. Unfortunately, 5 people of refugee community have died because of COVID-19. So as soon as we could reach out to the families, we start providing dry rations and some medical kits to COVID infected and some of the needy families within the teen community. And also because of the lockdown, there were many students dropping out of schools. JRS has reached out to them and support them, and through this initiative, children have regained their hope and encourage them to continue their learning. So JRS never leave the refugees behind. Whatever challenges that they face, we always seek of possibilities to reach out to the community. And also, I would like to add that JRS always try to work in areas where others turn a blind eye. JRS does not reach out to the families for the sake of it, but according to my experience, they always reach out at the right time to the most needed families. And that is why most of the teen community members are grateful for JRS, because they always reach out during an emergency and always lend a helping hand. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Remy, for sharing your experience. Thanks a lot. And we pray for those who have lost their life during the COVID. And also we pray for the people who are still infected. Thanks for sharing. Your contribution means a lot. JRS always helps accompany and serve and advocate for the rights of refugees. And thank you so much. Now, I grab your attention for the beautiful video that has been prepared by our team, UR team in Delhi. Please have a look to the video and we'll continue. Thank you.
Sometimes in our lives, we all have pain, we all have sorrow. If we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow.
Care
brother, when we need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on.
I just might have a problem that you'd understand. We all need somebody to lean on. Lean on me when you are not strong. I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. It won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on.
So just hold on me, brother, when you need a hand.
We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you understand. We all need somebody to lean on.
دل من والا و شیدای تو این دل من والا و شیدای تو مستیان حسن دلارای تو راست بگو دل رو راست بگو دل رو از کجا خانه و ماوای تو از کجا خانه و ماوای تو
خانه من در لب دریا بود، خانه من در لب دریا بود، چون تو دلم والا و شیدا بود. از خانه تو بر لب من ناله ها، از خانه تو بر لب من ناله ها. شام و سحر بی سر و بی پا بود، شام و سحر بی سر و بی پا بود.
شرم دارد آیزه بدنای تو
چیخو بیان دارد چشمان سیاه تو.
شرم دارد آیزه بدنای تو
چیخو بیان دارد چشمان.
Oh, thank you so much, everyone. It was really nice. The video was very nice. We enjoyed a lot. Thank you so much, your team, for making this happen. And I hope everyone enjoyed till now. And you had a wonderful, we had a really nice sharing. And thanks, everyone, for giving time and for sharing your experience. Thanks a lot. And at last, I request Joven to present our vote of thanks for today. And thank you so much. Over to you, Joven.
So good afternoon to all of you. As you know, we are gathered here to commemorate. As we are gathered here to commemorate this year's World Refugee Day, it is my great pleasure to give thanks to all who gathered here with us and those who joined through our YouTube live stream. The unprecedented and prolonged coronavirus pandemic has exposed the vulnerability of people, especially refugees and internally displaced who hardly have any resources. Even in this crisis, we observe and celebrate World Refugee Day to respect and honor the courage and resilience of refugees across the world. This year's World Refugee Day call for a greater inclusion of refugees in the health, education, and sports sector. Together, we heal, learn, and shine towards a wider we. Together, we can achieve anything. So thank you all for joining with us in this commemoration, especially the teams from Afghanistan, Bangladesh, and Tamil Nadu, and from the UR Project New Delhi. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, Joven, for presenting vote of thanks. I
think we can just put on all your
Yeah, I was actually about to say
have a
this.
group photo also.
Yes,
And
yes.
yes. At the end, if Father Stephen has something to say or if he wants to share something, thank everyone. Over to you, Father Stephen.
Yeah, congratulations and thanks to the regional staff for hosting and organizing this beautiful, memorable event, coordinating all the four units programs and beautifully presenting. Thank you, everyone.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes, yeah, if everyone is, if you can on mute.
Jesu, where is it? Jesu, it's not found, huh?
Ready? Everyone? You can smile or
Cheese.
yes, nice. Happy to see everyone. Yes, done. Thank you so much. Thanks everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thanks a lot.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank
Have a
you.
nice
Bye
day.
bye.
Thank you. All the best.
All the
Thank
best.
you. Thank you for your program.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Goodbye, everyone.